Now, hit my theme music. Hmm. Gotta get some of these for the class. You know what I'm saying? Keep it classy. Don't keep it ashy.
Yes, yes.
Woo!
Welcome to another late night edition here with Mr. Officer Faulkner Jr. As you know, I'm Cass Rain. Welcome to all those that will be listening and catching the replay or the actual stream tonight here on Charles Faulkner's channel. Always, please like, subscribe, and comment to every stream during Mr. Faulkner's channel. You know what I'm saying? If you have any ideas, you see the email lurking down here. Also, you can support the channel as well as you see scrolling through. And also, you can support here too. Let me put the support also. And tonight, it's gonna be a very interesting one. Reason why I brought this subject because I've talked about this, I believe last year. Think around this time. I believe I'm right or wrong. And I did talk about this thing about protection. And if people know, I feel as a man, you should always protect those that's needed, children, elderly people, if you can. Be diligent, be smart. And in regards how you protect. Um Now in case as y'all notice, I'm in hearing, just like you, Officer Faulkner, about the ladies complaining about this thing we call protection. Oh, my fault. I put on the wrong one. About this thing called protection. And I'm looking at it that, a lot of dudes that's in this space, particularly in here on YouTube, talk about who they going to protect, who not going to protect. I get it. I understand it. I have my opposing views, and I'm not knocking the brothers on the decision, but for some reason, I have been lurking, and I found from a woman's perspective about what really is protection and what it really looks like. As y'all know, all the talking points that I hear from other content creators, podcasts from women about this thing about protection, and when they look at protection, they're looking for a reaction. They look at it from the same lens from a Eurocentric perspective. And no one's saying the really reason why these women are protected because their men are very territorial and they already are in control of certain things to the point where, you as a woman, you have to act right to get not only protection from the regular man, but you get protection in your household if you're married, which a lot of women today don't seek to be wives. I'm not sure am I wrong, Mr. Faulkner, if you can correct me, I'm right or wrong with this.
Hey, you keep preaching, man. I'm listening.
Yeah, so now, as I play this audio, this is from a beautiful woman herself. She's from Georgia, and I believe she might have a YouTube channel. But for the sake of conversation, y'all will look her up once the end of the stream if you want to know more about this wonderful woman. And I think she's in her early 30s, but she wrote 2 books, particularly about femininity, and another book dealing with masculine from her perspective. Now, as a man like me and Charles, we don't really need no masculine because at the end of the day, as a man, you have to really show and prove something and be productive. The average black boy that becomes man in America, whether they know or not, they're going to have to act right and be masculine. The society enforce it because as man, the for error is very limited for a man. You do one wrong move, it could be put you in jail or will take your life as a man, especially a black man here in America. So don't think say that you as a woman you have it much worse because you have a vagina and pussy. No, no, sweetie. As a man, man's always attacked because men are the front lines. Average.
So you
You
got to
take
think, man. The, the the duties of a man is a duality of being both the shield and the spear. You're
exactly.
supposed to be the attacker and defender. Now I got to put my camera back on. Shout out to LFD once again, for all of you.
Mhm.
We got to go to the long stick today. So you got to understand that I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that duality. See, a lot of men complain, why do I got to do so much? Why you have to do so much if you call yourself the ruler? If you call yourself the leader, you have to. So if you want your woman to respect you, you must obtain a position of authority. You must come from a position of power and maintain such.
And with confidence too, brother.
Of
Confidence with it
course.
too.
Of course.
Because a lot of black males today, bro, they're not confident, and it's expected in this environment because their mothers, whether they love them or not, neuter their boys, and it's going to take even a few men to sit there. And here's the ironic thing about neutering black boys: you expect a man that has not been neutered to sit there, raise and train grown adults, so you can continue engaging your whorish or what they want to use the word Jezebel nature in society. And it doesn't work like that, sweetie. You know, you have to conduct yourself right. And I'm not sure we caught Mr. Samuel's stream today, Charles, but he had a variety of women calling in. Some are so disillusional that it makes me come to a point and say, what you really want? Do you feel that you could just do what a man do, work, get the education, and then get to a certain age, and then said it's time to get that provider and that man that makes more money as you get older in life? Have they followed that's a remedy and for disaster?
See, I look at it from different aspects of like, too long have we put women in a position where we haven't been honest with them. And due to the fact that we haven't been honest with women, we've allowed their very duplicitous nature to get the best of them.
Yes.
Where instead of telling a lady, hey, you got to go to the gym, you got to take care of yourself for health reasons, think about it. Black women are dying of health, of heart disease, just as much, almost, and almost surpassing black men.
And Charles, that is scary, bro, because usually always that the stress of the world, especially in this country, usually men die first of these ailments, stress, health problems that we could control as men. I ain't gonna deny it. But to find that sisters now are dying of the same illness that black men face, it's very alarming. And there's more of them than us.
And it's funny because guess what? Part of your mating and dating is the visual content that you're presenting.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a high class man, you better have a high class body. And if anything, if you're not doing it for that, at least do it for health reasons. Once again, your femininity is your greatest weapon. You don't have to be a curmudgeon when a guy says hello and compliments you.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Chameleon? 101. What's up, Pete Wilson? Hoorah. Woo.
Yes, what's good?
And what benefits them not is the fact that we can't be honest with women. the fact that no accountability has been taken. I mean, look at Jada. I hate to be on that shit, but not one time did she apologize, and all she wanted to do was feel, and her selfish nature to feel good. If you
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to feel good, leave me. Do not hold me and say that you want me in case this shit doesn't roll right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Will Smith making her say that she was in a relationship
Yeah.
because she knew that she couldn't get any better.
She can't get no better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying she can't get a man that's her age or maybe 10 years younger if she could.
10 years
But
old.
yeah, probably 10 years older. But when we look at a woman that's almost approaching 50 next year, that, Will is probably the best thing that you got right now. And anything second part to him, we all know what he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? As a woman.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to realize that that's part of that not being able to be honest with women. A lot of women look for escapism. I'm not saying men don't as well, of course, but the world kind of slaps us back down to the ground with reality.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think we're not allowed to be this. I think I'm a 10 and walking around and you're a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that you lean to your own understanding, which is very limited. I'm not afraid to learn from anybody. Hell, boy Leon, my boy Josh teach me shit, and I teach them other shit. The other day I was teaching my boys how to shoot rifles.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you should have an open mind of well, maybe this guy, maybe Officer Faulkner, maybe Kevin Samuels, maybe even Angry Man, maybe BGS, maybe all these people can actually give me something to learn. Cerulean Gray, when he teach me social, global social politics, maybe I should shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yep.
And what happens is a lot of women get so caught up in their feelings that they lose track of their reality.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell women, does what you believe outweigh your reality? And I try to tell them, I said, if you're not doing anything to become the best presentation of yourself, the best person, then something's wrong.
Yes.
I should be able to tell you, at 39, 40, you're not 20 anymore. Stop trying to think that you have the same time as the 20-year-olds when you're almost too old to get married. As Kevin would put it, like you're in a danger zone. It's going to be harder for you to get married.
And not only it's gonna be hard for you to get men to commit to you in general and set more than just a one night stand or just a long term fuck buddy. You know how it goes, bro. You know. And the one thing that's challenging a lot of sisters today is to be more respectful and conduct yourself better as a young lady. Yes, you might think that because you're a woman, you have ovaries and that you're feminine because you got that. No, it's more than that. And here's the funny thing about this, bro. I was listening to his stream. I've noticed there's a lot of so-called femininity courses and feminine talking points on YouTube through a lot of so-called prominent YouTubers. Some that have subscribers of 60K and more. I think one of them was a woman named Chrissy that they were talking about. And I didn't know she was teaching femininity to sisters. Well, I'm thinking, say, how is a person, let's say, like herself, has a big audience, and she teaching about this and that, but no one has ever seen her face?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember if this is the same chick that BGS was breaking down her video, talking about nerdy girls and all this other shit. Well, what about the nerdy girls? They go through the same thing as the educated name. Um, Nerdy girls still chase the bad boys in high school.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel they're entitled for all the men, even the ones the bad boys.
All the girls were chasing the bad boys and those popular guys. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like when I debunk Sister George, still got love for Sister George.
Mm-hmm.
How you going to talk about ugly girls discriminated, but you discriminated the guys who wanted to talk to you in school?
Still make no sense, bro.
See how the duplicitous nature is? Do
Mm-hmm.
as I say, not as I do.
But a lot of women, bro, they feel say I gotta have it all. No matter
And I
like,
feel as though, and I personally feel as though Chaos, I think she's a very feminine woman. But
okay,
see, but this is the bad part about it. Even the best women have to fight that low key contempt for black men.
yeah, very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the best of it.
Yeah.
So when you look at this thing called protection, once again, I should add this to my Black Superman series,
Which you will next time. Yes.
which we will. I could change the title and put it and add it in. Um, Part of the protection goes hand in hand to the Black Superman series.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to protect her at all costs, up to your life and up to taking one. But yet you're not respected when your words are supposed to keep her protected. Hey, I want you to do this. Don't go outside at this time of night. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. They can look
Hey,
at it and say,
don't go starting shit in the store. Oh, what happened to that security officer? Black men don't protect us.
mm-hmm.
Somehow
But
her father, excuse me,
but
her husband,
mm-hmm.
who's and her son, which was the son's stepfather, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
goes up to a store, blows a security officer's brains out for doing his job and not letting the woman come in the store while without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
See that nature, but we don't protect them. See,
Mm-hmm.
I hypothesize that they just want us to be like a pit bull, sit at the corner, say nothing, do nothing until I need you to attack. I don't want to respect your words. I don't want to respect your wishes. I just want you to come out and attack. Is that all
Yeah.
women? No, of
Mm-hmm.
course not. But there's too damn many who actually commit that shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Just like I need a nice little animal, a nice little you treat him like an object, like a serious object. Come here,
Mhm.
come Fido, come, go get him, sick him, go get him. You know what I'm saying? But it comes with the territory. Hey Charles, you're a man. Woo. Yeah, what's good? Yeah. But no for the good. Let's play this audio because this is very lengthy and as you
This
know,
is
people
going to be a good one.
share this video, people. This is gonna be very learning. All right, so here we go.
Class has just now started. Roll that beautiful footage. I think we're having an issue hearing it.
Uh, what you said?
Oh, did you play it already?
Oh shit, you're not hearing it? Go on, let me fix this. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me see if the audio is working. I'm gonna play it again, see if you hear it.
So anybody please come in and say hello. Let it be known in the chat. Don't forget to like it if you feel inclined. Cash at people.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm
What's
gonna
up?
play it, Charles, and let me tell and then let me know if you're hearing anything. If not, I'll try to fix
My boy Chad, are you rolling up tonight, man? Woo!
Do you hear it?
No.
Oh God. Let me see how to fix this. Let me think. Give me a sec. I'm trying to fix it. Let me jump out and jump back in and see if it'll correct the audio. Let me jump
Okay.
out.
Well, so Chaos gets on. How's everybody doing in the chat? Give that like, share, and subscribe, please, people. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight about that protection. You know, sometimes I look at that word protection, and do people really mean protection racket?
All right. Let me see if this will play now. And now I'll use a different player. Let me use my other computer. Can you hear that?
No, I'm still going through the. You ever try the screen share?
It should be. If I try, it's going to kick me. Let me see. It should really on this point, but let me check.
See, the thing about protection is a two-way street. You have to adhere to the protection and the rules of it to actually get the full benefits of the protection. Don't know why my nose is sniffling. Maybe it's damn humidity. But a lot of people try to take that protection as protect me for when I do something stupid. I know you told me not to do that activity that will put me in such trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway because you need to pull me out of it. Now, people of the chat, do you think that's fair? Let me know. Hopefully, we'll get everything set up. Gotta love that picture right there, man. Got my whole little Shawn Michaels thing going. And a man shouldn't be ashamed of protecting a woman, but a woman should never abuse that right or that privilege. Not a right, it's a privilege. Just like that woman should protect that man's name and don't go out there trying to embarrass him either. Just like the man shouldn't abuse the woman. It's all an ebb and flow. You can't talk about people who aren't protecting you in the community when you've proven otherwise. The speech that I hear on YouTube constantly, we're not protected, we're not protected. For you to speak out this openly, guess what? You're obviously protected. If you are truly oppressed, can an oppressed person speak out against their so-called oppressor? No. We can bring up historical facts. Nobody's taking you out. Nobody's beating your asses. Nobody's putting you on a soccer field executing. You know you're actually fucking protected. For the fact of the matter that when you have protests and you see the women getting in front of the police officers' faces and nobody's touching them or doing anything to them, you are protected. That proves it. The fact that some of you actually hit your men and the man doesn't hit you back, you are protected either by your man or by your government. Let's be truthful. If you want to talk about who's not protected in the world, how many black men are getting arrested at an alarming rate? How many black boys are being miseducated and diagnosed with ADHD and given drugs at an alarming rate? How many people are actually, in some parts of the country, still getting lynched? How many are being unjustifiably killed? I'm not even talking about the police. I mean, getting gas, playing music, and somebody wants to turn their music down like they can't mind their own damn business and shooting the motherfucker because his music's loud. I'll wait. And I'm hoping somebody has a different point of view. How many are being denied employment? Okay, I'll wait again. If you're being oppressed, how come you're going to colleges almost what? For every 6 black women, 6 to 7, it's 1 black male graduating college, roughly. But you're oppressed, right? How many 75 to 80% of you have your children and getting not only government assistance but also child support? But you're oppressed. We'll try that again. I mean, somebody please in the chat tell me if I'm wrong about this whole oppression shit. Maybe we got the wrong people saying they're oppressed and not protected. I'm just saying.
All right, Charles. I'm on a different device. I'm not sure if this will make a difference, but let's cross our fingers. I'm gonna play, see what will happen.
I hear women screaming, "Protect us!"
Oh, now, beautiful now.
You get it now? You get it now? Oh, I guess you could. All right, so I'm gonna play it.
We're going to break down what that means, and we're going to break down
I was playing well. I don't know what the hell happened just now.
a discussion about protection. When we now hear women screaming, "Protect us! Protect us!" We're going to break down what that means, and we're going to break down how feminine women receive masculine protection. We're going to really break it down, and I have to be the one to break it down because if anyone besides black women said this, I think y'all would just your heart would just stop pumping. So we're going to have a really big discussion tonight about what this means, and we're going to break it down. Just purchase your book. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me make sure we let that be known real quick. Let that be known that I do have a book out, y'all. The link is in my bio for it. The book is a great start for women who are looking to go ahead and transfer out that thug life and, embrace it. Come back home to womanhood. Okay, getting women to come back to womanhood, they're holding on to the masculinity. They're holding on to the fear of being vulnerable. They're holding on to the fear of letting a man win, holding on to the fear of meeting a man. And you really have to take their hand like, come on, look at me. I let it go. I'm still here doing fine. Let it go. And they're like a scared puppy. You ever see a puppy or something injured? They're like, the puppy's like, no, you're like, come on, it's all right. You're going to be okay. And the women in their masculine are like, are you sure? You sure? And you got to be like, come on, baby, come on. So we're going to have a real good talk about what this means. So when women, and y'all know me, y'all know who I'm talking about when I say women, black women, because y'all know my style. I talk about, what applies to me, my sisters, and my community. So this conversation is going to be based upon the protection that American black women, claim that they want. And I say American black women because it is definitely cultural. And women in other countries outside of America, the type of things that they go through doesn't even touch a quarter of what we as American women think that we go through. It's totally different. So we're going to talk about it on the small scale.
Pause it right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Did she say that the stuff they go through is not even much that what we go through?
Well, she's saying that to American women here that if you were like, cause you've been in the military, you know how the women outside America, they don't act the way it was up here. A man will bust him side of the head. So they
Yeah.
don't know disrespect. You get me?
See, that's the
That's what she's
difference.
saying.
That's
That
the
up here,
difference between, yeah. And that's the key point. Underrated darkness. Woo. See, you got to understand something. That's how you know you're protected when you allow to act a goddamn fool. When
hmm
you when you're allowed to be an unsavory cur and a Jezebel, which is the which is the accomplice to the jackasses that we see in the street. Like, how the hell do you say you don't have respect? Like, we think you don't have protection. But continue, because this is going to get interesting. And tonight we got a full battery and we going in. Continue, man.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
To start off, I used to have a client. She was from Russia. Okay, she was from Russia, and she would tell me the stories of the European countries. By the way, meaning white people. I want to put that out there because somehow it has become a thing where it's black men that are beating us up, and it's black men that are abusing us. Where it's totally not true that black men actually have the lowest rate of violence against their women. I didn't know that. Put that in your Google search. Okay, them men over there in Russia, them men over there in Japan, them men over there in the Middle East. Oh, oh, you think black men are the big bad wolf? Oh, y'all would have last a day in Serbia. Oh, y'all wouldn't last a day. You wouldn't last a day in Taiwan, where they put the women up as a buffet, like a buffet. Oh, you wouldn't. Oh, I would just die. Okay, so we're gonna really put into perspective what it means to need protection as a black woman in America. What are the numbers for real? What is the real facts behind it? Okay. So for example, I'm gonna use the example again of my client from Russia. Okay, guess how it works in Russia? If you're out with your husband and you raise your voice at your husband, yell at your husband, talk disrespectfully to your husband, guess what you get? And guess what everybody around, including the police, has to do? Guess what they gotta do? You shouldn't tell him like that. Okay? Now before y'all can't wait to get dramatic, okay, because y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and make predictions of what's about to happen. All the masculine women who want to be able to act a fool and get away with it are gonna sit and say, oh, sister got to have a case for domestic violence. Oh, sister got to say we deserve to get smacked. No, I'm gonna just go ahead and explain how this works culturally. And in most other cultures, if you act like a man, you get treated like a man. See, in America, the women here, we want to pick and choose the good and the fun parts of the masculine perks, the perks that masculine men get. We want to pick and choose which ones we want. Okay? We want to be able to cuss you out and get in your face, but we still want to be able to call the police if we backhand. Okay? In other countries, that's not how it works. You get into a man's face knowing good and well that if Buster Grape was a person, it would be a woman doing this to a man. You doing this. Wouldn't Buster Grape. You cannot beat this man up. You can't do this man. So in other countries, if you sit and you put yourself in that situation and they understand the way the masculine works, where when the masculine is challenged, its natural reaction is to, okay, and then you forget that men don't do each other that way either. A man doesn't puff up his chest and get into a man's face unless it's because he's looking to provoke a fight. He wants to fight. Even men respect, and that's what women don't understand, is men have a certain level of respect for each other. And they always very territorial, and they have an unspoken code of how they move with one another because they understand if there's disrespect, there's a boundary crossed, it means physical. It can mean physical fighting. So as a woman, you're so afraid to mind your mouth. Someone tells you to mind your mouth or mind your manners with a man. You're like, I don't have to do it. Well, men do with each other. Men don't just sit and talk to them any kind of way. and go at each other unless they're ready for a fight. So how do we as women not have to also follow a code in manners and just being realistic when it comes to dealing with men? So now the newest false flag is, oh my God, men don't protect us, men don't protect us. Okay? Now, let me make one thing clear. Crimes against women have a root cause. Okay? Crimes against women can range from anything to rape to what's called simple battery to domestic violence. Then there's error rape and there's child abuse for crimes against women and children. It falls into different categories. In the United States of America, I was researching a number. I'm not going to quote the exact number, but I want to say if there is 600,000 violent crimes against black women, 600,000 crimes against women in the United States each year, 40,000 of those are rape. It may be another 30 to 40,000 of those that is more like attempted sexual assault or domestic violence in the home. Majority of registered and reported crimes against women fall under the category of simple assault. Okay. Now, if you are a woman who is a victim of rape, this does not apply to you. Okay, no one is saying that women that have been raped, it is their fault, or that there is something they should have done differently to prevent the rape. I'm a rape victim myself, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, what about this rape? Because she wasn't, no. But when we be realistic about the numbers, it's about 40,000 women a year that is being reported as the majority of the crime against women is simple assault. Now, when you go county to county for each domestic violence phone call, for each phone call that comes in for a crime that is between a man and a woman violently, unfortunately, very unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that majority of those instances escalated to the point of physicality from the woman. Did you know that most of the cases with simple assault for a man against a woman, the majority of the time, the physical aspect is initiated by the woman. Let's marinate on that for a second.
Hold up, pause it.
Yes.
Did she say that most of these simple assaults are initiated by whom? She said a lot of these assaults are initiated by whom?
Women. They might check that. I hope they caught that. You know what I'm saying?
See, you gotta understand FBI statistics, right? Mm-hmm. Says domestic violence is 50-50, but the new statistics came in. It's about what, 67%, 70% in the black community. It's initiated and started by women. And I'm not picking on women. I'm not saying there are no women who don't get abused. Yes, those women should be protected and sheltered and protected. Yes, they should. But how many women have the audacity to put their hands on a man like he's property, like he's an animal? I mean, animals don't even get treated that badly. So when we have this notion, contrary to popular belief, we don't do a lot of abusing in the black community as people think, compared to other races and other countries. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these stereotypes stick around. Interesting. Mm-hmm. And I know it probably killed a lot of people. Go ahead, Chaos.
Yeah, killer. I was gonna say this, Charles. I remember Mary mentioning this last year about how it's reversed. And very little women talk about this. Because they said with men, we supposed to be strong Superman, like you've been saying in your series. You're not supposed to feel pain. If I do something, it's okay, you're a man, you take it. And really, that's not logic. You're not supposed to act like a man as a woman. If you say you're feminine, or you're trying to rest into your femininity, this nonsense, this bullshit. Why are you in a motherfucking man's space? One. You know why? Because you've been trained by your grandmas and your mothers. And it's just that it's cool to do that. I find it very odd. And you know why you're having trouble with men today? Even to the point where they said that, you want to entertain other races of men, which you're free to do that. Because no man, black man is not racist anyway. But the problem is you're going to deal with the actual another man's patriarchy. Run do that same shit to him. He will bust you inside your head till the red meat come out. And here's the sad thing about all this, Charles. The police won't do nothing to him.
Yeah.
On the average. You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm very pissed me saying this shit. It's because other men are saying you act like you got some goddamn motherfucking sense.
I just look at it and I'm like, why would you scream at the guy who's protecting you? I'm gonna go a little biblical for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go a little biblical. When God gave his protection to Israel, Israel was in the cusp of invulnerability. Not a damn thing could happen to Israel without God saying it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Once you took off that protection, what happened to Israel? They were decimated. They were enslaved. Great famine, diseases. See, I don't have to. What's up? I don't have to hurt you to make you feel the brunt of what it feels to be unprotected. All I have to do is nothing.
That's all. So yeah,
That's all you have to do is nothing. And I'm not saying that exonerates a man from doing his manly duties. No. Think about it. You go out in the middle of the street and you want to disrespect a man that nobody knows. Think about it. You had a 12-year-old girl confronting a 40-something-year-old white guy in front of his family, and because she's surrounded by all her friends, remember that whole thing when parents say, "My child never would do that," bullshit.
Yeah, and if you're a single mother, you'll think like that. Yeah.
And she tried to run up against this grown-ass man. And the grown-ass man punched her and she was laid the hell out. People would say, nowadays people say, that's wrong. He ought to be locked up. No. So you're telling me he's walking away and this girl's charging him? You don't know what the hell she got on her. And I'm not making an excuse. Like, yes, that girl should have been protected. But you can only be protected if you listen first. If you obey.
But they're not trained to listen to nobody.
They're not trained to fear anybody. They're not trained to fear men. I've been on many of calls where little teenage boys and girls are trying to step to me. And I'm looking at them like, do you know that I can hurt you? Like, what you gonna do? Shoot me? No, that would be humane. That would be humane to do so. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of godless creature are you? That you would step to a grown-ass, but this is what happens when you don't teach. And men are the creators of civilization, but women are the teachers of culture. You're teaching a culture of them disrespecting grown-ass men, and then you're wondering why they're getting trounced out here in the streets.
They're getting mud hole stomped. They're getting curb stomped right now, bro.
But
and I said before, children and older people should be protected, yes. And I expect them to be protected. But here's the point. A lot of people don't understand. If you don't have no fucking house training, there's very much any man could do right now. If I can't tell you, go back, shut the fuck up, stop what you're doing, and you say no, and it cuss me out, and still proceed. And see, this is the problem with our community now, Charles. The reason why most children act proper before we were born, and you hear this stories during the 70s, right? That there was punishment for every action. Number one, I would beat your ass after I confront the issues. Then you walk to the street and they hear what happened. Another person will whoop your ass, and you get more than 2 whoop ass till you get to your house destination and they know what happened. You gotta be truthful. Then you get another ass whooping.
Then your mother and father take turns on you like the tag team champions of the world.
Exactly. And because we don't have that now in this community no more, what has happened? You see our sons act like they have no goddamn sense. You see our young girls act like they're men. Like you go on a grown man's face, and enough what's gonna happen.
And that's disgusting. That is truly
Very
disgusting. It's disturbing and disgusting because what happens to a lot of women that I speak to, too many are forsaking their protection. And see, there can be no freedom, no protection without, no freedom without protection.
Mhm.
Somebody had to pay the cost for you to be free.
And that's the point, bro.
That's
And
the
that's the
difference
thing.
between freedom
Yeah.
and freedom. No,
Yes.
it's a privilege to be protected, not a right. Okay, let's just
Exactly.
get that out there in the first place. It's a privilege. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying that we should just go off and go oops upside a female's head. No. But at the same time, don't put yourself in dangerous situations. Do not put yourself in an uncompromising position. It's very easy. Let's finish the tape.
Yeah, it's long. So like I said, anytime you just want to pause, I pause it. We got like 50 more minutes of it.
Cool.
In the world, okay. So when women say, "Oh, protect us," especially for Black women, well, it can't necessarily be that we're saying protect us against our husbands because 60% of us don't even have husbands. Okay. Now, for women that are being abused by their husbands, also a whole separate case. And that's also something that is not specifically an issue just in Black women. And that Black women actually have some of the lowest cases of domestic violence compared to women in other countries like the Middle East, Asia, and Europe. You're a woman that's married and you're being abused, that's a whole different ballgame. But that is not what most Black women are talking about. Because the majority of Black women are not married. So you're not, when Black women say protect us, it's not, it can't be against the husband. It can't be the majority of you saying protection against your husbands. There's way more women that have husbands that are not putting their hands on them that do. So who is the real person that we're, when we say protect us, who are we really talking about? Who are we? Can someone answer, who are Black women really talking about when we say protect us? And what is the majority scenario or situation in which we are saying we need protection from? Black women protect us. I guess what necessarily? Like what specifically are we referring to? And anyone is free to put their input or give their answer in the chat. Oh yeah, they wouldn't last a day with the men from the Middle East. You think Black men are the devil? You go to the Middle East, you might as well dig your own grave. Okay. So I'll go ahead and answer it for you. It's not white men. It's not white men. It's not the government. No, it's not any of that. It's not any of that. Catcalling, street harassment, sexism in the workplace. Uh-oh, I see one person got the answer. One person got the answer. I'm not going to say who. But one person did. Uh-oh, we're starting. I see the answer is starting to flow in. Uh-oh, here we go. Here comes the part of the conversation. Okay, unfortunately, When you see black women, come out, oh, they don't protect us. They're talking about protection. When they say protect us, that's not what they're really saying. Okay, what's really being said is when I mouth off and escalate a situation because of my mouth and my lack of self-control, and I get in deep over my head, and I run into the wrong type of man that don't mind putting his hands on a woman, the type of man that don't have any self-control, the type of man that may have something built up, and when I jump in his face and cuss him out, and then I get it over my head, that means I want someone else to come risk their own lives and freedom to come save me. That's what it means. Majority of the time. Okay? Is there women being abused by their husbands? Absolutely. Is there women being raped? Absolutely. Now let's get into the root of it all. When we talk about being feminine, okay? Because now I feel like black women pick up a new word of the week from feminists, and then they roll with it. You don't even really know what the word means, but you hear it. You hear a few feminists that sound good say it, and now it becomes your word of the week. I call it the word of the week. You know what the word of the week is this week? Misogyny. Oh, that's misogynist. I'm starting to hate that word because it's misused. Okay? When you have codes put in place to follow protocol and to keep you safe, that's not misogyny. Too many of the codes that are in place for women's safety and well-being are classified as misogynistic. Who talks about that word? And after y'all using that word, you can't even spell it. And you over here, I gotta back down from men misogynist. If he tried me, I'm cutting him out. I don't care. I'll fight him. I don't care. I gotta be a lady. Excuse me, misogynist. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. That's not misogyny. It's not misogyny. It's to help you out. Now, let's break it down even further. I'll be the bad guy. Okay? I put up a status on Facebook that said, you want to be protected, get married. Okay? Too many, I'm not going to say majority, but what I'm going to say is too many black women think that being married is optional. Too many black women will say, I don't want to be married. They'll say, I don't want to get married. But let's go ahead and get our magnifying glass down. Let's investigate. Let's really investigate. You don't want to be married. Okay. All right. You don't want to be married, but you have children. You have a little friend that helps you out sometimes financially. You know, just going off of what I'm told. So you got kids, you got men that you're, being with or doing things with for money. You scream that you want to be protected. Now, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but when I put these puzzle pieces together, sis, according to my calculations, it sounds like you want to be married. Oh. Okay. All right, as women, something that has to happen for us is bearing the consequences of our actions. I dislike how the narrative now goes, I can do whatever I want, and it doesn't matter what I do. I still want the perks of behavior that I have not included. That does not work. That's not woman code. That's the way a little girl operates. A woman says, if there are things I need, I'm going to follow procedure and protocol to get it. So you don't want to be married, so that means you don't want to be married, but you want random people on the street to protect you when you run your mouth. Majority of instances, like for example, that one sister that was in that restaurant and apparently the white guy next to her was like talking on her or breathing on her and she went to doing all this. That respect, excuse me, sir, can you please stop? You're too close. And if that man said, oh, well, I don't care, guess what your only option is to do with a family woman? Let me go say, okay, I'm excuse myself. Excuse me. Excuse me. But no, because we still hold it on. That's why I say it's a feminine woman, you gotta let go. Okay? We holding on to, ain't nobody gonna protect us. We holding on to that so hard that we do not even give the window and the opportunity for anyone to protect us. Because you holding on. You holding on to that baggage, that bag lady. You scared to jump out the nest. You keep testing while you're terrified. So you don't even give procedure time to happen. Because the minute something happens, the first thing you're doing, the first reaction is to be rude. The first reaction is to be rude, to run our mouths, and to do too much. Feminine women do not go toe to toe with a man. You will not see it happen. Why would I do that? Why would I sit and do all this and cussing a man out for what? Then if you put your hands on me, I can't beat you up. Now I look ghetto. Now I look whack. And it doesn't get you anywhere. If you read my book, you'll see where I say in the book, feminine women are calculated. Okay, we don't go off of our physical power. That's not our strong point. Our strong point is this. So feminine women are calculated. They know how to sit back. We have self-control. And we know how to, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It shouldn't make you feel any way as a woman to back down from an altercation with a man. For some women, I feel like for some women, their heart will stop if they have to be the one to be quiet and just back down. That's just the way it goes. It's a science and it's a nature to everything. You cannot fight science. Majority of Black women are not asking you to protect them from their husbands. Majority of Black women are not asking you to protect them from random crime. Random crime is actually very rare. Most crime is committed between people that have some form of acquaintance. Okay, but Black women are painting the picture that random people in the world are just going around coming up to us and going upside our head for no reason. That's just not true. It's just not true. Okay? You won't go anywhere in the world and see women mouth off, puff their chest out to men the way women do in the United States. If you want to be protected, follow a code. Okay? I know sisters that may appear successful and, they're doing this and that, but I've seen sisters get robbed, houses broken into, carjacked, and then boo-hoo crying, talk about, oh my God, there's no one for me to call. It sounds like you need to get married. Sounds like you need to get married so that you have a husband where him and whatever masculine community that he is involved with will be responsible for protecting you. Okay, it's a lot of women that's sleeping with a man right now. But if you get robbed tomorrow, who's not showing up? It's just not happening. Okay? Black women cannot say, oh my God, we're the most unprotected, we're the most unprotected. But we are actually not. When it comes to that, when it comes to Black men, no, we're necessarily not the most unprotected. It's actually in other countries that have different races that are way more unprotected than we are. Just to put that in perspective. Okay? So the truth is, majority of crimes against women is simple assault. Majority of those simple assault cases against women, against Black women especially, escalated to the point of physicality through the woman. Meaning a woman is the first one that threw something or hit that person or got in that person's face. It's a harsh truth, but it's a truth nonetheless. Okay? How do feminine women be protected? Okay? Feminine women delegate. Okay, feminine women delegate. So we as feminine women, we don't sit and have our first reaction be, I'll do it and handle it and I'll go get in this man's face. No. You ever heard the term damsel in distress? That's what feminine women do. Feminine women open up the opportunity for men around them to protect them within reason. Now, if I'm acting like a lady, minding my business and going on about my day, the chances of someone physically attacking me are slim. If for some reason, if that one in every 1,000 chance that was going to happen did happen, by me reacting in a feminine way, by me reacting in, oh my God, oh, it triggers in the minds of people around you that she needs help. It's a science to it. There are ways that trigger protective instincts in men's minds.
Pause it.
Before you continue, Charles, how many people watching this video right now? Is on it. I can't tell because
about 15 eyes on it.
regardless who's here, like, subscribe. I'm playing some audio right now to go, and this is a woman's perspective of protection. I'm not hearing this besides from the other content creators that made it talk about today or wherever about protection. They're not really talking about like how this one's talking about protection right now. Because when we talk about the real gutter truth, say you should be getting married. That's like, well, what? It's foreign to us as niggas.
I'm thinking, what? Motherfucker
Yeah.
sound like
Go say your thing, bro. I'm sorry.
motherfucker sound like Mrs. Garrett. Why does it sound like nagging? She's telling the truth. I don't know. It sounds like the truth. I don't know. Sounds like nagging. What sounds like nagging? I mean, she's telling the truth about how feminine women should be protected. You know, I know it's for some of those strong, independent women out there who think they don't need a man. You know, they start sounding like Mrs. Garrett from Off the Facts of Life. What? No, you actually have to. You use your femininity and your meekness to embolden men to protect you. What is so hard about that shit? I mean, it's easy as fucking pie. Then on top of that, when you get this protection, you don't use it frivolously. You actually use it. You try your best to actually diffuse the situation, like he says. If the guy's still emboldened, you know, you use your femininity and call for help. Yes, if there's no one around, you use what the hell you got to use. If it's a brick, knife, or whatever, I understand that.
Yeah.
But a lot of women,
the last resort.
And that's way last resort if there's nothing else around, nobody else around. See, a lot of women in the community don't understand their first action is to what? Fight, because they've been trained like boys and men.
Yeah.
What's the first thing mom tell you? Don't you hit your sister. But she never corrects the sister. How many times? But there's some mothers who be like, oh, she'll learn when he knocks the shit out of her. That's when she learns not to put her hands on men again. But go ahead, KL.
I was gonna say this, bro, and it's good for you mention that what the mothers teach their daughters, and it tells me, well, that's a problem. That's where no ladylike conduct has been taught in the house at all. You know what I'm saying? As a young woman becoming a woman, the first thing you should not put your hands on anybody. Period. Violence should be the last resort. If you're a woman, if you need that, take that course. Just like the men, when they're groomed and raised properly. You have sons, Charles. And I know some people on the chat room has kids, maybe boys. What the first thing we do as men, we teach our sons? We say you don't get in no conflict or don't start nothing at all. You defend yourself if needed. You know what I'm saying? We use logic. We observe the motherfucking environment first before we do anything. And this is something that women lack, don't understand. That emotional bullshit gets you fucked up and killed. And this is the problem with a lot of our young boys that become fucking men, bro. Listen to me. When they attack another black man, they go for an emotional response. And people say, where to get this? Where do you think they got that from?
I wonder.
I wonder too. And to Jerry Taylor, thanks for the cash up. I just wanted to say your name earlier. Support the channel, support interest piece as you come to watch, listen. Go ahead, Charles.
See, you got to remember, it's the fact that, well, she does have a. I will give you credit for that when she does have a very annoying voice, but she is telling the truth. See, this is what happens when you don't have balance. And you have an imbalance within the black community, which happens to be, where's my daddy? Either way, a man is going to find a male for a role model for good or for worse, for negative or for positive. They're going to find it, regardless if you want it, if it's going to be the father, or if it's going to be the drug dealer, if it's going to be the coach, if it's going to be the professor. They're going to find those male role models because there's no such thing as a vacuum in nature. There's always going to be a cause and then the effect afterwards. See, when you have a culture, right? Those cultural norms are established by the men, as BGS would say, but they're taught and passed down through the women. So what cultural norms do we have in the community? Are we pushing our sons to be great, or are we just pushing our sons to say, you know what, we want you to be helpful, we want you to protect the women, even if she does something dumb, protect her? You can't do that because then there's so many young men out there who throw their lives away for the sake of somebody who only sees them as a get out of fucking situation free card. So I have no problem doing protection. Hell, I've been doing the job for several years. But my shit is, why do you get yourself in the situation in the first place? I've seen so many times women will date, not all, of course. I'm tired of saying that because we got intelligent people over here. So for the sake of this will be one of the few times I will say it. When I mean that, when I make a statement like that, of course I know there's not all motherfuckers because we're all intelligent human beings over here. So
yes.
I don't have to go in depth with that anymore. You have women who will actually date guys, not even look up the guy's background, don't even know if he's a child molester, a woman abuser, a drunk, a drug addict, whatnot. I don't know if it's the spirit of I can't be alone or the spirit of he just looks so good or the dick is so good. But they put themselves in a very peculiar predicament. And because you do this, you put your children and everybody else around you at risk. But then you want baby daddy number one to threaten baby daddy number two. And
which both of them will kill each other if not careful.
I think that's what you're going to do. You're going to find baby daddy number three when one is in jail and one's dead.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you said about these young men coming up that are too damn emotional. You're thinking
emotional people.
Yeah. Sorry. And it goes back into that emotional shit you just touched on. You get the you get these emotional. They try to kick me out, but I come back in. But you get these emotional boys who don't even know how to know what needs to be protected and how it should be. But then they're raised up with just mom, and they see their mom get everything her way, and they're thinking, "Oh, I can get protected too, the same way as my mother. I don't have to be a man." And you wonder why you have these abrupt killings and shootings and things of that nature. You wonder why you have all this violence going on in the community. Because there's a lack of respect. There's a lack of dignity. There's a lack of, you know what, I'm not going to use this life that I have and frivolously throw it away. Now go ahead, Chaos.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was about to say. It slipped my mind. I was gonna say, emotional people are control people. That's just the thing I like to say. And why I say that is look what they do to us as people when they conduct violence towards us, or do things or say things about us through media outlets or etc. What's the first thing that comes to the black Negro psyche? He gets emotional. And obviously, once you get emotional, that's when they got you. And now I can sit there, attack you in many ways because now you're not thinking straight. And a lot of young black males that become adults cannot think straight because they've been bradly indoctrinated to be emotional. And women like that, that's what they expect. As much as some women said they don't want that, but look at the end result we see of the development of these boys today. We gotta put the even harsher on y'all because now there are only two things you could do. The man you fucking suck that you like to do. If he's not gonna play a pivotal role in your child's development, then you better do one or two things. Either you find people that's close to your family to replace that role, or better yet, I say I'll do something better. You give sole custody to that father. You know what I'm saying? Say, just take him. Do what you please. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep him around your what they call your bosom up to 18 years of age. Hell, I want them kept in your bosom up to 15 years of age because now that when he gets out of control, you just want somebody else to deal with the problem. It'd be too late. I'm sorry, it'd be just too late. I don't like that when a lot of women do this because they feel that it's better that they're under your care, either to collect a check or just to feel like you're just doing something. But you're not doing nothing really special. You're just hurting these boys more. You're gonna complain about the same men of tomorrow, but you grew them to be effeminate, weak, etc. And only think on their dicks. You know what I'm saying? But Charles, I'm gonna continue playing because it's very late. We got 26 more minutes left on this.
Okay, cool.
Simplistic. Men are simplistic. So if you say that you need protection, but you walk over to your life, the man's mind says, seems like she has under control, and it also seems like, have y'all ever had that person that asks to borrow money and you don't want to give it to them because you know that you're going to let them borrow the money, and you know, oh Lord, next week they're going to need to borrow some money again. And you get to the point where you don't even want to let them borrow money no more. Because you're like, hell no, I don't want to let you borrow money because you're going to need it again next week. Oh, I'm short on my rent. I'm short $200, but you going to need 200. Okay. And the next month, you're going to need 200 again. Then the next month, you're going to need 350. Okay. When you go down to get rental assistance, guess what the first question is? Guess what's so ironic when you go to get rental assistance? Guess what they say? They say, do you have an income where after we assist you in paying your rent, that you are going to be able to maintain your rent from that point forward? If you cannot show that you are going to be able to maintain that rent for that point forward, they deny your request for assistance because they're like, no, I'm not going to help you. And give you this money for your rent, you're going to still be evicted in 30 days from now. Okay? Way too many men got stories about how they don't help the woman damn near risk their life to help a woman who's fighting with a man she's involved with and chooses to be involved with. She has to see it ain't like how it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, the women couldn't really have jobs. If you left your husband or was divorced, you know, it was you were down on. You had a very low chance of ever getting remarried. You did not have any resources. You did not have any rights. So a lot of those women were stuck in their situations. Were genuinely stuck. But we fast forward 2020, every woman named mama is bragging about, I don't need no man, I make my money. Okay, so it's not that women are not leaving abusive men anymore because they don't have resources. Because times have changed now. All y'all do is brag about your network, be a CEO, be the manager. I made this amount, I got this education. So it's not that you don't have the resources anymore. So for the life of me, I can't understand why women fought so hard to make their own money just to continue to still be letting Negroes go upside their head. I don't understand that for nothing in the world. So now you want the man to sit every time you fight with your boyfriend, your baby daddy in public, you want a random stranger to jump in and help. Just for you to be right back with them next week. Okay? Too many men have a story like that of how they jumped in trying to, you know, help get in between a woman and her man fighting. And then she ended up turning on him. Or he ended up going to jail. How many times for the man to keep doing that? And you right back with him. Okay? You can't just see a situation like be for real. When a situation go down, the women say, oh, a man should have done something. When I watch the video or the tape, I'm like, wait a minute. These situations are not cut and dry. Okay? Men are not out here mother fist Batman, and Batman just swoop in whenever crime is happening. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta know the situation. Okay? Someone said my homie died like that. It's way more common than we know. Unfortunately. End up being attacked by both of them. Period. Okay? Now it's different, you know, something happens and you know, for the most part, when I do see instances where, you know, Black women are being attacked and it is a random crime, most of the time I'm seeing brothers step in. Okay? I remember an instance of a sister at a pizzeria. I want to say it was in New York. And she got into it with the owner about a pizza. And the owner said what he said, and she should have said, okay, fine. And she should have filed it somewhere else. She could have disputed the charge on her credit card. She could have done that. But you know what she decided to do? She decided to get in that man's face. She decided to call him names. And he ended up, it was an Italian man. Again, we villainize Black men. You ain't seen the way European men operate. She was doing all this to an Italian man in Italy, where he come from. A lot of men from other countries have never experienced that before. They've never experienced a woman doing all this and doing all that. There are many men around the country who have never had it happen to them. So now you as a Black woman come get in his face, you know what he did? He put his hands on her. And I am not saying it's okay, but I am saying that is the protocol for a lot of other countries. If you as a woman sit and try to fight a man and he knock your ass out, then they mind their business because you shouldn't have been in his face. It's harsh, but it's the way it goes. Okay? Now, the way that when we talk about getting married, getting under masculine protection, having that be the safest lifestyle. The safest lifestyle for a feminine woman is to be married under masculine protection that can evaluate risk, that can provide weapons and weapons training for his household, men that have a level of respect in his community. There are some men where they're so respected in their community, they might not even have to lock their door if they didn't so choose. So now when you're up under his masculine protection, now you have someone responsible for you. I talk about this all the time. Okay? You know how a lot of women get caught up in getting raped and how a lot of women get caught up in sexual assault. It's from working in the sex industry because this is what has happened. The women, especially black women, have been lied to when we've been told about how we don't need a man, this, that, and the third. And then you know what women do? They say they don't need a man, then they go making money in ways that require them to get paid by men. And I'm gonna explain what that means. Okay, you got a lot of women where, as opposed to being feminine and nurturing a family, they would rather prostitute. They'll rather dance in a club. They rather use sex toys or OnlyFans. And the truth of the matter is, that is how a lot of sisters end up needing protection. Okay, you don't want to be feminine, you don't want to be married, you want to go work and do sex work. Okay? I don't understand that. You don't want to nurture your family, but that's the number one job of women. Clerical secretary. Where you're a clerical secretary for high-powered, male-owned businesses. I don't need no man. That's so funny if someone's a prostitute or a stripper talking about she don't need no man. Woo, Lord, that's crazy. Okay, you don't need no man, but you a stripper. You're getting all your money off men still. You don't need no man, you can make your own money, but you do clerical work. You're a receptionist for a man. Meaning you're pretty much taking care of all his responsibilities. Or they do super feminine jobs like nurse, teacher. I don't get it. Help me understand. When someone asks you, be feminine, be a lady, it makes you happy. Okay, everything. When you look at the root of our issues that we have as women, most of them can be self-inflicted. And most of them are because of the refusal to be feminine and follow protocol. And it sucks hearing that because, we've really been committed to this alleged pain that we've been in. Okay, we've really been committed. If you let black women tell it, we are here just being bopped over the head left and right, sneak attack for no reason. That's the story being told, but that's just not the truth. I'm sorry, it's just not true. Okay, yes. You feel like you're getting into it with a man, I don't care if he's Pee-wee or if he's Big Joe. I don't care if he's Pee-wee or if he's Dan the Man. You back down. You back down. Okay? Do you know how much crimes against women and the need for us to be protected would decrease if we would learn how to back down? Why do you as a woman have a complex from backing down to a man? Boy, it couldn't be me, boy, me. Once a man says something once or twice, okay. I might write a letter later or write a review. Okay? I might write a letter later, a review. If it's real bad, I might tell my daddy, I tell my man, but that's about the best I can do. But you won't see me. I will back down. Okay? Because you got to, again, understand the science of the way men work. Men are not wired to have a woman get in his face and then he got to back down from you. Because you would rather get knocked down than back down. Back down. It's that simple. If this person has disrespected you or whatever, you fight it in a different way. Or you get a man to fight for you. Get married. That's your husband's job. And then if a man disrespects your husband and come forward and be like, you said what to my wife? Okay, and then number two, most men, when they know a woman is married, I know y'all women gonna think this is just impossible. But for most men, when a woman is married, they tread lightly with her. Okay, you will always get more respect as a woman when you are married than when you're single. Single means you can do whatever you want to do to me and there's no one to hold you accountable. Okay? Yep. Married woman means I can't do whatever I want to do to her. Because she is up under a man's name. And so if I do something to this woman, there is a husband coming for me. We need that as women. And if you have a problem with that, then you're definitely operating in your masculine energy. You and a man are two separate things. So backing down from him shouldn't do anything for you. It shouldn't bother you. Okay, if you came face to face with a big black grizzly bear, what you gonna do? Back down. Because you know that grizzly bear can tear you apart. It's just a respect thing. Men even know how to back down amongst each other. Okay, if you pay attention to the way men operate, that's why they always want to be the biggest and strongest part of the power. Men will do it to each other. I've seen men where, he might get into another man and the other one might back down. Man, listen, well, I ain't want to even get like this. They're gonna back down when they know I can't win this fight. Men do it amongst each other. This is not something that is just expected of women to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the number one tactic of dramatic feminists is to just do the most. I say, you want to be protected, get married. No. So are you forgetting that most of the protecting you need protecting from a husband? What husband? Y'all don't have a husband. Over 60% of you don't have one. So what are you talking about? Next. Well, first of all, your husband cannot be with you 24 hours a day. Be quiet, little drama. You want to be Shakespeare so bad. You want to be Romeo and Juliet so bad, sis. You want to be a Tyler Perry movie so bad, sis. You want to be Broadway drama so bad, sis. Please sit down. Oh, so you're saying that if we want to be protected, we should actually get married? Are you that? First of all, our husbands are the ones we need protecting from. You don't have a husband. What are you talking about?
Boo!
What are you talking about, sis? That can't be who you're talking about, who you need protecting from. Because it ain't but 60% of y'all it ain't but 40% of y'all that even got one. And the 40% of y'all that do have one, most of y'all are cool. Most of y'all black husband is not going upside your head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please stop.
Yep.
Please stop. Hey, when women say I need protecting, guess what that means? I don't want to be feminine. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be submissive. I don't want to listen. I'm going to go out there and strip and do my own fan. Oh my God, I was sexually assaulted. Oh my God, black men don't protect us. First of all, if a man strikes me, I don't care about none of that. Okay, he say something to me, I'm going to say something, period. Then you get knocked out. Oh my God. Black men don't protect us. And listen, ladies, you don't need to be writing in the chat in my marriage. You don't need to worry about me. Okay? We not on the same level. You be so worried about me, I'm not what you need to be worried about. I'm not. Okay, I got my shit together. You worried about the wrong thing. Because the minute I strike a nerve with y'all want to ask a question about me. Well, is your waist 24 inches? Work on that waist, sis. Work on you. Okay, if I'm married or not, it don't got nothing to do with you. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay, what I got going on is a whole different ballgame. I'm not the one you need to be worried about. Please worry about yourself. Okay? You worried about the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Don't hate the messenger. It's just a message that has to be had. The minute y'all get your feelings hurt, don't be mad. I'm sorry. Just don't be. I'm always fanning, girl. I don't know what's going on, girl. I always be fanning, girl. But you know what? I think because I be feeling like we in church. And this just gives me, I'm a Southern Belle. This just gives me Southern church vibes. Okay, this fan helps my thought be honest. All right, at this point, the fan is just a part. It's a part of my life at this point, y'all. Okay. Yeah, because it's a word. I'm gonna be real, ladies. If you're feminine, if you are married, this is not. Why are y'all saying need protection from your husband? This is not 1922. We got jobs now. Y'all fought so hard. This don't make no sense. Y'all fought so hard to work. Y'all fought so hard to make your own money. Talking about you don't want to depend on a man. So why? Who is letting girls go upside their head? Can somebody help me understand? So the women said that they weren't their right to work for themselves and make their own money. Okay, back in the day, women dealt with abuse because they had no jobs and no money. Why are y'all still half of y'all are letting broke Negroes that live with you and drive your car go upside your head? Okay, feminine women do not wallow in sorrow. It just doesn't happen. When I see a woman wallowing in sorrow, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. You know, what do you want? What's the end goal here? What's the end goal here for women? It's something that's not making sense here. We don't want to be married. Here, this is how it sounds, and it sounds so ridiculous. We don't want to be married, but we want to make our own money. But we still want Negroes that we're not married to give us money. Okay? Still want him to buy our kids. Okay, and then we don't care about, we're not gonna be no weak females talking about bowing down to a man. We're not doing that, okay? We still gonna talk our jump, and when we talk our jump and get in deep, yeah, we still want men to come jump in. All the jobs that you are explaining is the job for your husband, and don't say it's your husband that you need protection from. Because majority of Black women are married to men that have never put their hands on. Okay? So, you know, if anybody can correct me if I'm wrong or help me understand how you want to be protected, get married. Okay, you be married, you be feminine, you mind your mouth, you be a lady, you back down, you know learn how to delegate when there's a problem. When there's a problem, you call your lawyer. When there's a problem, you know, you call your husband. Let your husband, his masculine community, solve the problem. You be a lady, you be feminine. Majority of the time, you're not going to have a problem. It's going to be domestic violence. It's going to happen in every race. It happens in other races more than us. Rape is going to happen in every race. Okay? See, society has programmed Black women to think that the issues that we escalate on our own are specific to Black men. Okay, a Black woman sure could be wrinkled, and it'll be like, oh, because of these niggas, because of these Black men. You've been so programmed to think a Black man go upside your head. You think Black men are going upside our head. You clueless to the fact that men all over the world are going upside these heads, and worse than they are for us as Black women. Okay, you sit and say that Black men don't protect you. Okay, and you put the responsibility on strangers and the state to do the job your husband would do. I don't want to be married. I want random strangers on the street to protect me. That makes no sense. I don't be married. I want the state to enforce child support. It doesn't make sense. This is why people tell you to be feminine, get married, and be a lady. That way you don't have to be out here looking retarded, complaining about stuff, and lying, saying you don't want to be married, but you got all the children. Lying and saying you don't want to be married, but you hire protection. Okay? Saying you don't want to be married, but then you go out here and you're in industries where you're still making your money off of men.
Oh, did she say what I thought she said?
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Yes, she did.
Period.
Oh my God, she is giving these uncouth females the work of God right now. Oh my. She reminds me of China White the other night when, and oh yeah, for all of you who are not subscribed to China White, and also my man Underrated Darkness, please do so now. That is an order from your friendly neighborhood policeman. Please subscribe to that brother and that sister, because yes, the other night we had my man the Underrated Darkness giving the word, and then we also had China White giving the goddamn flame when she put, and I quote, "The older these women get, the stupider they get." Woo!
Yep. Let's continue.
That's what it comes down to. You want to be protected, get married. No, it is not your husband to be protecting from. No, it is not the job of random strangers on the street to protect you. I hate to say that, ladies. This entitlement that says I can do whatever I want, but I still want to receive certain things is not realistic. Okay? It's just not. If you're out somewhere and you are one of the 0.2 black women that really is randomly attacked, my good faith says that a brother in the vicinity, sometimes even just a brother, sometimes a man of any race is going to step in. If you are truly being attacked in a random attack where you did absolutely nothing and a man just came attacking you, like y'all are portraying this to be. Because if you let black women tell, that's what's going on. That we are minding our own business, not bothering anyone, and people are coming up from behind us and attacking us. Don't even sound right, does it? You ever hear when someone tell you a story, listen to the story, and you're like, and the whole time you're thinking, well, what's the rest of the story? So the other half, because some is not adding up. Okay.
And that's the role of Mr. Kevin Samuels, the man with the shades. He's saying, "What's the full story? I need to hear the real." We have to draw out these chicks every night. It's like pulling teeth. It's like the dentist, bro.
It's like pulling teeth out of a goddamn lion's mouth, man. See, I like what she said. Y'all don't want to be married to men. You don't want to respect men, but you still want men to give you shit and give you money, give you resources, and give you
And
protection. See,
and
this
protection.
is gonna be. See, this is definitely going to be part of the Black Superman series. What does the Black Superman get for protecting you? I don't even get the con respect that I deserve as a man for protecting you. But I'm supposed to get, I don't even get the admiration for this shit. What do you think, Chaos?
Speak up. Oh, okay. Let me finish play as you get your mic. All right. So I got like maybe 7 more minutes of this. So.
That's the reality, ladies. Get information what makes it easier on you. Get married. Stop trying to be out there on the street trying to do everything you can. Okay, I never understood that. Okay, so we don't want to be at home doing it for our families, but you'll go out and get a job as a secretary. You don't want to be at home homeschooling your own children, but you'll be a teacher at a job or school. Okay, you don't want to stay home and serve your own man, but you'll go be a waitress. Those are the top professions for women. Secretary, waitress, teacher, stripper, sex worker, prostitute. All jobs where you are still catering to a man. And you'd rather do that and not be under a man's massive protection than to be feminine and get married. And marry a solid guy. Okay? Marrying solid men. Marrying men that have resources and have money to protect you. And have resources and have money to make sure that his family gets the respect that's needed. That has a network of men. Okay? So then, you know what else is another factor of this that we don't talk about? Because I know plenty of men that are abusive to women that still have a woman. Let's talk about this. Because this is how the feminine works. The feminine will hold itself accountable before the feminine sits and blames somebody else. That's the way it works. Okay? Everything is a cycle. We will never get anywhere as women if we just sit we just sit and blame and complain about men for doing everything. That's not the way it works. It's a two-way street. Okay, both parties always play a part in everything.
What she just said? She said it's a two-way street. She said you have to take even more of a role, response to accountability. Very lacking in this space. I always hear, what the men doing? I'm doing it because of the men.
And shout out to brother Truth Be Told for the cash app. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, respect.
And it's, you know what's funny about that, man?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so loving that it's a woman speaking, so motherfuckers can't say that we're showing some misandry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. When it's no different when you hear some black people be like, I don't believe it, but a white guy says it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with women. Oh, if a woman says it, it must be the truth. Duh. When other women start noticing this shit,
Mm-hmm.
when other women start noticing this shit, have you noticed that y'all fucking it up for the rest of the women? Being curmudgeons, being all
Yeah.
surly and shit. You're fucking it up for the women.
Yeah.
And the reason why I look at it funny is because you want to say you want to be the independent woman, but at the same time, you know you're not an island among yourself.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you haven't learned what COVID had showed you about your independence. A lot of you are not going back to work. A lot of these ladies are not going back to work. And that's unfortunate.
Remember, bro, what she said earlier in this stream. The only thing you see our women doing is sex work. My fans only, popping their pussy with toys. And it shows you say you don't want need a man or respect man, but you still want the little trinkets or resource on man. It don't make no goddamn fucking sense, you know. And the sad thing, lot of the community, especially a lot of these dudes that act the way they do, is because they've been so fast. It's no joke. They've been sipping for pussy because they've been around feminine energy for too damn long. So now they can't even discipline. Go ahead.
Let me piggyback off of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy I know. So much of a simp that he's willing to risk his goddamn marriage over the side bitch because she's just prettier than his wife.
Wow.
But at the same time, nobody respects you. You look like a jackass doing whatever for her, and you don't even get the respect from that person.
Mm-hmm.
See, I blame men on that part. You do shit without the fucking common respect.
Mm-hmm.
Your manhood should be so much that you can resist the possibility of sex. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry.
Curry, yep. Woo!
Woo! Just the possibility of fucking sex will make a motherfucker lose his goddamn nuts and his head at the same damn time. But then you think you're doing something special for a motherfucker that doesn't even see you as a vested interest. And the same chick I told, you just like being a permanent side bitch. You think men should give you something because you look good for your age. Remember, you look good for your age, not against a person 20 years younger than you.
Yep.
See, people look at me and be like, yo, Charles, I notice one thing about you. You don't do too much something, do you? No. You know why? Because I have self-respect. I don't mind giving flowers and all that stuff and nice things for women and taking them out. But if it costs my self-respect, if it costs me looking at myself in the mirror and not even wanting to see myself for who I am, then it's not beneficial. 2020 has been a fucking beautiful cutoff year because you see who fucks with you and you see who doesn't, straight up. COVID has been a wonderful thing when it came to truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the truth seeker and the truth teller.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I belong. No, 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 you do not. You get all this education. You think you still got it, and you don't.
No.
What do you
It's
offer?
proved out.
Smart ass mouth and a bunch of complaints. If that's all you got, then goddamn, you wonder why these high priority and high profile men are looking past you who are your age and going younger. Because a
Yeah.
lot of those chicks are too damn old to mold. Let's
Hmm.
let's 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 just tell the truth. Truth be told, and yes, truth be undeniable. Let's
But
tell
it
the
goes.
truth.
Let's keep it real. And I'm gonna say this is gonna offend a lot of people. When I hear complaints about women that are dark skinned, male, right? And talking about said that they can't get what they want because they're dark. You know how low vibrant, low self esteem that sounds as a black person? So now I'm saying you as an individual, the world doesn't have to cater and kiss your ass. You have to come out and compete for the man that you want. Period. This goes in all civilizations. Think about it, bro. Me as a man, if I really want a decent woman, I have to do what's necessary to get her, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between me as a woman? What's it because you got pussy? So you tell me all the see, let me get it the game all fucked up, bro. Because man hits you and fucks you, now you're something of some value. No, no. That's when you have to be cautious. That's when you're worse than a man to sit there busting it and then nothing you'll hear from again.
Yeah. And who's to blame? Who is really to blame?
Yeah.
Here's the part. When you're a woman and you come with tangible attributes, meaning that you're supportive, you're inspirational, you're beautiful inside and out,
Mm-hmm.
you're tactful,
Mm-hmm.
you can manage a family very well. Everything about you is elegant. You're a team player. You want to be on my team and you want to get to the script and you love the script and you just love everything. Those are women of value, okay?
Yep.
Those women will never complain about being without a man because that man will never leave them.
Mm-hmm. They know how to hold a man.
They know how to hold that motherfucker down. I mean, put that motherfucker in the sharpshooter. But yet, you
Mm-hmm.
get these women who get these degrees. Think about it. Here's the notion for a lot of people: you want to get these degrees, you want to get these high-paying jobs, but you want to live your life as a stripper. You want to have the morality of a goddamn prostitute or a stripper. That makes absolutely no damn sense.
It make no sense.
But yet, you believe that everything that comes in your life should be just given to you. Because I'm a woman, I deserve. Because Disney has told me. Because Tyler Perry movies have told me. But what happens? You're looked up as a joke. Have you ever said I'm gonna be a benefit to this man because I know my status, my survival, my children's survival depends on it? Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yes. Yes. I wish somebody could answer it. Wait, it's nothing working? Okay. But
Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. I don't know if you was talking, you can be silent. But go ahead. Go ahead, say what you about to say.
But yet, it goes back into the man's hands. Stop picking someone who does not value you. Stop picking somebody who does not respect your protection, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And I'm just like, it's so easy to do so. Because at the end of the day, you see how a lot of these women treat you, not all of them. And
Mm-hmm.
like I gotta put it back up there. Because when you find somebody that, like Underrated Darkness said, there's no benefit either way. Go ahead, Chaos.
not gonna say anything else. I want to finish play this. Let me just finish play this.
And that's just the reality. There's no way around it. Okay? Because you got men out here, this is the way it's supposed to go. If you're a man that's beating up women, two things should happen. Should the men hold him accountable? Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. It's too many men that can disrespect and go upside the woman's head and he still get that woman in love. He still gets invited. I never understood that. When I see men that are friends with men that don't take care of their kids, friends with men that women, what are you doing? Why does this Negro still have friends? Why is he still getting that? Do you know what would happen if men decided, listen, ain't nobody perfect, but if you beat on women or don't take care of your children, you exile. This fellowship. Okay? So we cannot necessarily make men enforce anything. All we can do is tell men what we need. But guess what we can do? Guess what the other side of this that we can do? Why is it that women sit and blame other men because they don't protect us? My God, you don't hold other men accountable. But we don't hold other women accountable. So there's plenty of men that beat on women and they still getting hit every night.
Oh shit! That's the statement of the year.
Okay, we need to go ahead and hold her accountable as well. I'm lost. Go both ways. If men that abuse women or don't take care of their children stop having friends and stop getting sex, you see a lot less of that. It's a two-way street. We as women will never get anywhere. It's like, oh, it's all the man's fault. Okay. We forget that as feminine women, we influence decisions. We influence standards. You know, that's the power that we have. We don't just sit and take anything. Okay, you beat on and I'm not dealing with you. Okay? When I met my son's father is extremely violent. Extremely. And he goes into swings. This is before we acknowledge that mental illness was real. And my son's father, his new woman, after I left and we separated, she sat there and watched him multiple times attack. Multiple times. Seeing this man attack me and sat there. How many women have a story like this? Okay, a man beating on you and the new woman is sitting next to him watching him do it. Let's just keep it real. I know too many women that can attest to that. Do we not hold them accountable? Do we just keep sitting complaining about the man as though we have no power in how we influence the way they work? Why do they have any need? How can they take us seriously? Oh, y'all need protection, but we still laying down. It's a two-way street. The men have to hold the men accountable, and as women, we have to hold one another accountable.
Wow.
And that's what it really comes down to.
Yep.
And that's how it should be. Men should absolutely check men. 100%. Okay, men check men, women check women. That's the way it goes. We hold each other accountable according to the sex. Okay, that's the way it goes. Okay, ladies. So when we say, black women say, oh, protect me, from what? From who? And what does that exactly look like? What does that look like for real? Okay. No, a man did not step in. A man did not step in when I was attacked. But then again, a man wasn't necessarily around. Again, sometimes we be thinking that people are supposed to pop up like Batman, Spider-Man out the sky. you share your views regarding the entanglement by any chance yet? My views on the entanglement are very simple. And Jada, my conclusion is I saw something totally different in that than other people saw it. I saw something totally different. My conclusion is, Jada, you're going to jail. Right? You're actually going straight to prison. And the reason that she's going to jail, and the reason she's going to prison, is because if Jada really just wanted to get her rocks off and wanted to just feel good the way she claimed, and if she wanted to cheat, this is a choice. Okay, so you wanted to cheat, okay, because women think that, you know, sex is a relief for us the way it is for men. We don't even know sex is not a relief for a woman. When you have sex with a man, what happens? He has a load. He puts a load in you. You ever seen it before when they say, "Oh, it's nothing a load"? Having sex is not a relief for women. Having sex puts a load and a weight on it. So Jada, being retarded, thought that she was going to relieve some kind of pressure or stress by having sex. So if that was really her thought process and all she really wanted was some sex, Jada could have had sex with a grown man. Okay? Grown men there have been grown men smashing wives for centuries. Okay? Men have been smashing other men's wives since the beginning of time. Okay, 407 years ago, Jesus was smashing other niggas' wives. Okay, it's been happening on female. And if she was smashing a grown man, he would have known exactly what he was. Okay, I know she married. I ain't gonna make this more than what it is. I'm just gonna come in here, go back out like she's going home. So she really just wanted to let her and easily slept with a bad man who would have been mentally capable of helping that. That's not what she wanted. She was hurt, and so she wanted to hurt someone. She wanted to manipulate someone because apparently she must have been loving or wanting to love Will in a certain way that he was not loving her back. Jada has multiple times and her children multiple times have said that they never have felt like Will really wanted them or chose them. She said this multiple times. She has said it. She said, I don't feel like Will, really wants me, chooses me, and we know why. But that's a whole other story. So she wanted to feel wanted as a soul point. I don't know. I just at the point where I can see real things so well. So that's boring to me. I'm like, no, girl, this man liked me the whole time and never really wanted to desire you, but had an image to maintain. You wanted so desperately to feel in control and feel wanted and hurt someone, so you went and got with a little boy who was going to actually fall over the big woman, and he probably really thought they were going to be together, and got all caught up. You didn't want to go get with a man who's going to blow your back out, pull up his pants, and go home. No. You wanted a man that she was going to be able to manipulate, and she was going to be able to do what you wanted him to do. That's what that was. Okay? So that's my views on the entanglements. From my understanding, Will be doing his thing. Okay, Jada did the retarded basic bitch move. That's the most basic bitch move. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. Oh my God, thank God. Basic. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. Get some dick tonight. Thank God, I just want to feel good. Oh, yawn. Okay, so that's mine. That's my view on it. That's what basically what they do. Like, yeah, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Somebody get some feels I'm so hurt. And then what? Okay, now they're over here to talk about Roddy and Roddy is bad for life.
Hey, Chaos.
Yeah,
I'm
And
gonna.
again, that grown man would already knew who it was. Okay, you ain't gonna be having no grown man give you the goods and they you're dapping up your husband laughing. No. Mm-mm. That is not the way it works.
that's it. And one thing I would say, once I found the sister's YouTube channel, I will put it in the comment section tonight. But the reason why I'm presenting this is to bring female perspective on this particular piece. And I know most people were asking, and like I said, once I find her channel, I'll put a comment. Y'all can watch her channel properly. Also support her books too. She has 2 books. One being with the feminine piece for women to be feminine and an Afrocentric perspective, and the same thing applies for the men. You know, to find a feminine woman or what to do in an Afrocentric perspective. So, you know, that's all I'm gonna say in that. What you about to say, Charles? He's probably muted. Yeah, so the point of this is that when they talk about this thing about protection, and I know when the men talk about protection and their views of protection, a lot of women by default don't want to hear it, and they shouldn't want to hear it from a black man perspective because the men are not respected at all in this community. Period. So the views that they want to hear from the average black man is the comfort that they want to hear, but they want to hear the real honest truth. And I think the sister tonight laid out. If you really want complete protection, you're going to have to get that in paper.
Yeah.
And day, you can't get around it. And in conducting the way you are in this Western hemisphere we call America, ain't going to cut it. So you keep thinking that you can continue operate as you're independent, you're strong, and that's fine, that's cool. But when you get them hands, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now we're gonna bring people up. Whoever wants to make a comment in the chat, the links in the chat room.
One thing, Charles. Please go on stage for like another 35 minutes. Then we're gonna wrap this up.
Cool.
Yeah. If I want to come up, please come up. I know most of you did not catch the whole entire broadcast.
Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App if you're inclined. See, it's funny because she's saying what men said for years, for decades. You're this independent creature, so-called. But as soon as trouble gets help, we're the men, we're not being protected. Well, you said you wanted to stick your head in the alligator's mouth and thought it wasn't going to bite down, did you?
Not pretty smart. Not smart right there. Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Shine.
But I
Shout out to Iori. Wu-Tang, motherfucker. Woo. Shout out to Iori.
Yeah.
It's funny because
yes, Iori.
It's funny because, you know, she puts it out there. Why are you losing? Would have been the subject matter of her speech. You wonder why you're losing? Because you're trying to compete like men against men. You're not going to outman the man. Sorry.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Nope.
What you're going to do is get yourself hurt in a situation that it doesn't need to be. But,
and you're going to cry. You're going to go get some, you're going to call some men to defend you, to help you, and say, defend my honor. Kill that. You know what I'm saying? So they can go back to their usual regular scheduled program. You know? Yeah. That'd be it.
And unfortunately, what happens is you're going to put yourself in a predicament where your mouth is going to get you in a situation that your ass cannot cash. Now, Underrated Darkness, what do you have to say about it? Because I know you were itching.
Now I could tell you like this. I've been through some things, you know what I mean, and I learned from it. That's why sometimes when some brothers be talking, I be laughing at it. But I could tell you it was one time when I first left from New York, I was in Virginia when I was living with my brother at the time. And it was this young lady's mouth, and I says I have to pull on the side and say, listen, the way you talk to that guy, that's not right, you know, because I know the family. They said, Mr. Thomas, fuck her. If she gonna get, she gonna get. Said, nah, 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 nah. Off my strength. Let me talk to her, cause I know what y'all about. All right, New York. All right, man. You my nigga. I said, all right, man. Let me squad. Let me handle this off my strength. So I waited till I got off work, right? And I remember my brother picked me up, and I told my brother, "Yo, stay in the car." I told him what happened. He was my super. You, no, 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 no. Ain't no problem. Just fall back. Let me work on this. So I explained to her, you putting your boyfriend into something that he's gonna get you hurt. You see the three guys back there? They ready to come. Why they ain't coming? Because of me, and plus they knew my older brother too. So what you need to do, I'm gonna go. I said, matter of fact, I'm not going. I'm gonna go with you, and I'm gonna tell the boy what's going on. I said, I'm letting you know right now. You see that unmarked car right there? They ready to come after you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk you off the premises. But if you come back on the premises, none, I can't help you. So that's when my brother took me back to the house and everything. And my brother, that's when my brother he was working this other shift. And he said, I'll never forget, like, I was getting ready to go in the next day. He said, bro, I gotta talk to you about something. I said, what are you talking about? Why you take me to work? What the fuck? You take me here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you remember the guy you talking to? You remember the girl you talked to? Yeah.
Hmm.
He got laced up.
Oh. Ooh.
Now, but you know what happened to that chick? The chick ended up fucking with his cousin.
Mm-hmm. That's how I be. Yeah.
And so, by me going through certain things even before then, and to see that, it lets me know the reminder there are some women do not want to be saved. That man right there, her boyfriend is dead.
Yeah.
Over something that she could have handled, but she didn't want to handle. And she went to his cousin, the next month. Didn't give a chance. And plus, let me put this out there that people fail to understand. There's quite a few brothers has been getting locked up over women. They're trying to protect them over some that could have been square off, and a lot of them is fathers. So some of them is in jail, and some of them is dead. And I feel that this conversation that we talk about, they don't want to talk about it. So that's why some of these brothers are YouTube, they simping and all that. I don't say nothing. I don't go on those panels like that because I tell, he listen to me. Y'all don't know what you get into. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on because that simping can get you killed, just as that brother did. He simping and got his ass killed, and she had 3 kids by him. 3 family, 3, and that's all I want to say about it.
How you gonna have children by somebody and then mess with their cousin?
Right.
I mean, see, the only neck they looking out for is their own.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking snakes. And I know this is not all women. Of course not.
No,
Women like that. But women like that, no sense. But you're not protected. See, what they really trying to say is I'm not getting my way. You want to talk to 3 grown ass men who ready to stomp you out like a forest fire. They're gonna cripple you like polio.
Mhm.
And here comes the boyfriend, and he's taking the blunt of the torture. But what they always say in basic training: don't worry about your girlfriend back at home. She gonna be the same way you left her, freshly fucked.
Yeah.
Because that's all they care about. They look at you in the community as interchangeable parts.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They don't give a fuck if 3 kids don't have a father. They don't give a fuck about that. They want you to fight their battles and go back in the corner quiet. You want to be reckless with your mouth.
Mhm.
But yet, if a man would have slapped the piss out of you for just disrespecting him, oh, you're abusing women, you hate women. But nobody wants to point out the misandry and the low key, sometimes high point fucking discontent you have for your men. You love black men. I look at these things. We love our black men. Then why the fuck you call the police for them when y'all have just a disagreement?
Mm-hmm.
And don't lie because I go to the calls. Well, I want him out the house. He lives here.
Mhm.
You want to call your brothers over there because you have a disagreement.
Yeah, man. I want my brother's gonna fuck you up. If he kills you, that's fine. I'm on to the next episode. The
And,
next
and, and,
nigga.
yeah. And check this out. And I forgot to bring this up too. How it started that 2 weeks before that, when she's in the mall that I was working in, she was flirting with this guy.
Mhm.
So she was already not trustworthy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
Arthur.
I
What?
I kind of knew, but I didn't know because I was there and I was not there. And so when I was putting like together, I said, my thing was like me being safe, but I gotta fuse the situation because like I said, the people already know. They gave me the phone wrong one. They like, yo, man, and they try and tell the boyfriend, yo, man, you don't know what's going on. You need to check it. So he said, man, and I said, oh my goodness. I said, yo, I gotta do something. And out of all that, he died. Then you got the simp cousin want to get with her. That I think instead it was the guy, whatever guy, I believe it was him all along. And it's just like it's a mess, man. It really is, and we don't want to talk about it. And I always say this: I'm not protecting no black woman that believe that hates me, that hates my existence. No,
Mhm.
I'm not doing it. And then when I say that, there ain't something wrong with you. You hate black women. Shut up with that. Don't come with me with that garbage.
Garbage.
Exactly.
Don't come with me
Exactly.
with that garbage. Don't come with me with that garbage. See, that's what I'm saying. That throughout the years, I know Charles, you know me for a while. I don't say nothing because people say, "Why you don't say?" Because these people talk bullshit. But I'm happy they talking bullshit, and I don't
Exactly.
like to get into it and everything because I know things. I trust me, I know things. I just don't talk or nothing about it. But it's a bunch of BS. No, I'm not protect. Why I should protect you that you hate me? I'm telling you, this man beating your ass, and you want to go back to I love him, and you don't understand. But I should put myself out there to get hurt as a potential that because I was married at one time. Who knows? I might get married or might be in a relationship that I could show my special to that certain black woman that me and her could do things together, and I should lose my life over you. And the sad thing about it, we have to call after this. But some of these women, these are professional women.
Mhm.
These are professional women that are doing it. These are not that women. I ain't gonna say, and I'm talking about some because I dealt with one that someone she's professional. Then all of a sudden, also, oh yeah, I'm getting married. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. You say you getting married. What else supposed to do? We was doing our thing off and on for years, but
I
all
want you.
right.
I want you to think about this, right? I like the part where she said about Jada. See, people don't like to talk about Jada. And notice you didn't hear no women condemning her, except for
No.
probably like
Oh,
a
no,
select
no,
few.
that very lack women in this space. Some
Because
say that the boy know what he's doing also, but this is the other way around. All types
they
of
would have been
things.
trying to fucking me too the fuck out of Will Smith, calling him a
Yeah,
pedophile.
Crucify him.
all that.
They would have crucified him all over the coals.
Yep.
But yet, you took advantage of a young, naive, drug addicted,
Mm-hmm.
alcoholic,
Yep.
family issued young man
Yep.
who was the friend of your sons.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the point that I make. Women like that, I don't care how much money you put over a fucking chicken head, she's still a chicken head at heart.
Yeah.
They're gonna do chicken head shit. You telling me that tells you right there. You went after somebody you can easily manipulate versus, oh, I'm gonna try to get one of these 400 or billionaire guys because you know you can't.
Can't do it.
But yet, if he would have went, this is your son's friend, by the way. So that means you didn't even give a fuck of how your son would feel.
Yeah.
You wouldn't give a, but yet, let Will mess with one of Willow's friends.
Cooked. Cooked.
That'd be a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like casket close.
But yet, we wanna sit around here and say she didn't know, he knew what he was doing. But yet, this bitch, one, didn't apologize. Two,
Yo.
she wanted to be happy. She wanted to feel good.
Nah.
She didn't give a fuck about her marriage. She didn't give a fuck about her kids. It's all about her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
See,
and
this is a case study.
yep. Mm-hmm. I'm not, and it was not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. He came to her because he need help,
Yeah,
Exactly.
not
and
to
she
get fucked, but to help.
help right. So she manipulate that to her own benefit. So that means that's premeditated. Am I correct?
Exactly. She
That's all I'm saying.
But
She knew
how
what she doing.
vulnerable this mother. She knew
Right.
how vulnerable it
but
was, but yeah,
let's
she'll
Mm-hmm.
be the first person who needs protection.
Mm-hmm. I ain't protecting her. Get
See,
all
the
that.
number one thing they need, women like that need protection from, is their damn selves.
Mm-hmm.
But let's
This-
keep it real, fellas. When she told me, I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna help." You know, the only thing useful she could help is get on her knees and give that blow. And eventually a certain position. But beyond that, what really tangible that Jada has to really help any person? She's been fucked up for years, for decades. Fuck
Jealous
up
of your
person,
own damn husband.
help other people. Matter of fact, I want me to sit on no red table talk. A person talking about how I should correct myself. I said, bitch, last time you go see a therapist and you trying to clinical psychology me, are you out your fucking mind?
How
Let
the
me get
fuck
the
is
fuck
it?
on with that.
How the fuck is it you're at a red table talk trying to expose people, but you trying to cover up your fucking fuck ups?
Right. And why you
Let me
call it
also-
red table? And why you call it red table anyway?
You know why? Because
Blood.
it's red is
Sacrifice.
because it calls for blood. It's a sacrifice between them. Bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
yet, you want to, Jada should be protected. No, Jada should be out there in the wolves in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She proved that she's not worthy. Oh, and it's a fucking reckoning coming because a lot of women are going to stand up against this shit and they're going to be like, you're fucking it up. Excuse me. A lot of women, and I like to quote China White because she had a fire ass program. The older they get, the stupider they get.
Yeah.
You would think, and this is the reason why, how a woman is at 22, 23 is how she's probably going to be at 50 a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Because
They're setting their way.
they're set in their fucking ways and it takes a special woman to produce some growth.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much disdain for anybody else's feelings that you wanted to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You got women out there who don't want to be married, but they want to have a bunch of kids. You're less protected out there by yourself as a single parent but yet you want to cry protection. No. If you want to be protected, then you need to, like she said, you need to be married. How many of you married-minded individuals are out there? I digress.
None.
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 And see,
And
and this.
not only, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I wait.
Not only none, but it goes back to with a marriage. Now you have to be responsible. You have to really have social skills. You got to be communicative. You know, these are things that Kevin said. What that's lacking in the community, especially with women. You can sit there and spend your money on these therapists for years and years, but if you're not at the end game able to sustain and keep man, even go as far as get married, then you should not only fire your therapist, but you should sue them to get all your money back because they should get you in a place to get your mind right on the traumas that you face, and next you do the other work to put yourself out there to see how much you're able to communicate with people, you know, especially with the opposite sex. You know, you're doing the same thing over and over again. So something bad happens you're doing, you try to stop and try to do something different. That's why, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers. It's better if women want to really get real advice how to communicate against men. It's better if they be around men, respectful men, period. Now, you start listening to all these women that are unsuccessful, some not even married, hell, some not even showing their fucking face, telling you about this. If you do this, you get this. No, if you do this, you're gonna get the same result. Stop listening to them. Stop it now. Because then at the end of the day, you're gonna go find these same spaces. And that's why I told them, and I'll be honest with you, brothers, when they talk about this manosphere space, it should be not surprised there's no women are here. Because the women that they listen to on a daily basis are getting lied to, brothers. And I'm not even got men. So what the fuck they think they're gonna do?
Exactly.
They're gonna hear what the real truth. And that's why I had to conclude to all this. But go ahead.
But I would say I didn't mean to cut you off, brother Charles. But I would say this though. See, I'm 54, and I know a little something. And I expect women ain't gonna be no women ain't gonna come in. I expect a China white to because I hear China. I'm for trying to describe her, but I heard her a few times and I like the content. But I'm not even surprised that brothers that come in hear this. I'm not surprised because we got to be honest right here. Like I said, I look. There are brothers out here, they always talk about we need to protect the women, but I would tell them this. I said, what about advocating for yourself? You know, what about advocating for yourself? Why are you letting certain things take the place of your masculinity of your self advocacy? And I did solo live about that too, Charles. I'm gonna send it to you. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. That is the problem. They letting some brothers letting certain things get in the way of their own self advocacy. So they figure like, I work 6 figures. I got a business. And I tell any brother, wherever you work hard, brother, you deserve it, all the abundance. But it has to be priorities with this. You hear what I'm saying? And that's why some of these women that take advantage. So that's why some of these women, they take their own masculinity, they use it, abuse it and stuff. And then all of a sudden, when they leave them, you don't have nothing for your goddamn self. And then you want to run back on to a regular brothers like us and everything. Fuck you. And that is the problem. Fuck you. Because when we talking about fucking brothers, see right here, this is brotherhood. It doesn't make a difference what status you damn in. We brothers. We supposed to look out for each other. Just like Charles, like, you know, I had suffered loss in my family. Charles, he's heard from me. Why? You know, this brother told me, yo, wherever you need me, hit me up. That's brotherhood shit. I haven't seen Charles in a minute. Yeah. That's brotherhood shit. But these brothers ain't full of shit. They want to circle around, be with their certain sectors and everything. So, but I'm just letting you know, cold summer is coming. And then when your asses get all locked up, don't come to me. Don't run to me. And that is the problem, brothers. We don't want to advocate for ourselves. No, we don't see ourselves like that. We don't.
Oh no, and I'm glad you said that, and I appreciate the kind words. See, The beautiful thing about a brotherhood is that you don't have to go through shit yourself. I had a
Mm-hmm.
brother tell me about, they going through shit with their baby mother sending a fucking protective order when she assaulted him.
Mm.
I had one of my old partners who work at the county now. This chick went from Tennessee to Baltimore, which is a 14-hour drive, trying to come to this brother's house and get their child. He's in the military making six figures. His wife's in the military making six figures and a $400,000 house. And you want to take the child because you trying to get some of that money.
Mm.
What the
Mm-mm.
fuck? Like, you didn't even have the paperwork. You had it on your phone. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
But yet, like you said, where's our advocacy? Where is it? Three things the black community never gave a fuck about: black boys and black men,
Mm-hmm.
education, being the heroes of your own narrative. If you have people that save you, that's you, brother. If you want to increase the education, which in the black community we don't give a shit about, you don't see black people advocating. Oh, we need STEM. First thing they tell a little black boy when he's about to go for a summer job, instead of putting him in places with upper bound where he get paid and have college courses, oh, just get a little job here. You'd be surprised how many damn black boys in Baltimore with a goddamn squeegee in their hand.
Mm-hmm. And also, Charles, I remember this too, and I'm talking about back in the '70s too. And when I was in special education, and it was a lot of we was getting discriminated like crazy. I was in an office where my late mother father was living. They actually tell them once you give your son away. My mom said, I ain't giving my son away. Mhm. And I heard it. Now, at that time, I knew the system because I knew how it was. I was around Black Panther. So, I kind of knew how the system, how it goes like this.
Yeah.
Oh, hello?
Oh, he
All right,
must
he'll
have
come back.
clicked off. And and he's not lying. He's not lying. The first thing they would say, give your boys away. Because they see no value in those boys or those men unless it comes to their definition of protection. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to date who I want. But when I leave this motherfucker, I want you to come take care of these goddamn kids that aren't yours.
Mm-hmm. Salty, bro.
I want you to go and I want you to take care of these goddamn kids. I want you to give me this money. And by the way, I'm not giving you any respect for taking up the slack. I'm
Mhm.
not giving you no respect for saving me from a destructive ass life. I'm not going to give you, look at Zion's stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
You give mom all the praise, but this the man who pulled strings, got you to NBA level, taught you all the tricks of the trade, and you didn't even thank the man when you were a #1 draft.
Yeah.
That's the black man in a nutshell.
Mhm.
Thankless human beings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nobody values you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. What makes it sad is that motherfuckers will tell you this is supposed to be normal. You're supposed to love women unconditionally. Women, dogs, and kids. Everything's a goddamn condition.
Mm-hmm.
You got a motherfucker worth $200, $300, $400 million, and you want to go sleep with a motherfucker who's a drug addict.
Mhm.
You picked the lowest of the low because you thought you could fix them. Because you're
Mm-hmm.
bored. Because you want to be happy.
Or you
But
want to be gifted. You know what I'm saying?
but you
One
but
way
you
that.
need that protection. The reason why she didn't leave Will because she knew she was protected with Will. She go out on his own, even if she got a little bit of money. But even though, guess what? Since she admitted the infidelity, guess what? Will could leave her and she ain't gonna get shit.
Mm-hmm.
Intangible.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
She
listen, they're gonna be using that word for the rest of the summer, man.
entanglement,
Yeah.
entanglement. It's just as bad back in the early '90s when Ricky Lake came out and bitches were
Mhm.
using. I'm gonna confront this bitch,
Mhm.
and I'm laughing my ass off because this is the reality. You wonder why you're losing. For all the women listening, please don't be a loser. Be a winner. Find capable, suitable men that you can start families with.
Mhm.
Teach your
Indeed.
children proper culture.
Mhm.
We're about to do some final thoughts, fellas. We're going to start with the underrated one.
Yeah, all I can say, man, thank you so much. They did offer me to come to the panel, and I appreciate that. And I could say, brothers, if anything, learn from these brothers right here, including me. Advocate for yourself. Don't be a low down simp. Black women, if you want to you want to be with a good black man, you got to change within yourself. Do not let society blind you and saying that you got this certain protection or that certain privilege. It's just a phantom privilege to keep both of us apart, and at the same time they are using you as a no good stinking ass meat, and they're gonna throw you away and they're gonna say next. Remember
Mhm.
that. Thank you.
And my last closing remarks for all the ladies out here: please be feminine, be inspiring, be beautiful, and take accountability of your shit. God damn it. You know, as much times you could sit there and whine and complain, like most of these women in this sector, about the black man is not doing and giving up. I tell you straight up, those women already lost out of the game anyway. And most of them already had kids already. So obviously, once they hit that wall stage, the only thing they have to do is hope to fall onto any man that will put up with their bullshit. Don't be those type of women, ladies. Please don't be like that. This is a chaos message, and hope that you take heed to this whole stream, go back, re-listen to it, and be respectful. But that's my ending remarks.
Last but not least, the Faulkner man. Look, if you want protection, be feminine. As Mr. Mister just put, be feminine or be gone. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the government is tired of you being on its titty. The breastfeeding, the protection, it's over. You could tell the environment's changing because women like that would not give a fucking dissertation about you being not feminine. You want protection, then you're gonna have to listen and adhere to the rules. You're gonna have to learn these few things called love, honor, and obey.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go out there to the wolves and see how long you'll survive.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can go
And
out there to the
those are way
you could go out there to the savannah and see how long that pride of lions ain't gonna jump on your ass. Because at the end of the day, men, have some goddamn self-respect. Have some dignity. No woman who's not worth her shit should be even allowed next to you. But if you choose that woman off of some very, very fleeting attributes, you deserve what you get.
some basic simping shit just because you want the pussy. Like you deserve
Exactly. You deserve everything you get. So when shit goes down, and ladies, if you fucked up, be accountable for it. But at the same time, don't put yourself in a position in the first place. And there won't be any fuck ups, or very little, or a fuck up that's so minute that it's very forgivable. But to openly sleep with another man, nah, you lost that.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least about this word, get out there, be the best version of you. Every day you should be a better version of you, regardless if you're single, in a relationship, married, divorced, widow, whatever. Take care of your health, start working out, read a book or three, become an intellectual, not just educated or indoctrinated. Be the best version of you. Shout out to Underrated Darkness. Shout out to Chaos Rain. Shout out to Lori. I gotta bring you up here next time. Yes, part 3 of the Black Superman series will continue this week. Woo! I hit my
Woo. All right.